Hey everyone, how's it going? Bear here. Today I'm bringing you another team composition list for Six Siege, the board game. Last video we did a double tap theme on the attacking side, and today I'm bringing you my defensive double tap list. For those who don't know, double tap is a mechanic in the game where an operator can perform two shoot actions within their activation. They can use one from just the normal shoot action, and then their second one typically comes from their ability. In this case, Pulse, Mira, and Cav are three double tap operators. Yeah, so to go over it, as I said, the core of this list is Pulse, Mira, and Kavera. Um, Pulse, he's got a lightweight, super great range or damage across all ranges, and he's got the ability to locate opposing operators, either using the wave mechanic or vertically if they're in a vertical room. And then his ability, if they are located previously by something else, because you can't use both of those at the same time, you can perform the shoot action. They get the light protection, so not your normal heavy protection that a lot of operators will have when you are trying to shoot them. Um, because he can flank, it's really good, and also because all of his ranges are, in my opinion, I think that they're all really solid. You can easily mark somebody in one room, and you can run across the other side of the map, assuming you have the line of sight, and you can still do really good damage to either finish them off or to save them for potentially Cav or someone else. Just whatever your situation is laid out in front of you. Next, we have Mira, who is one of our heavyweight operators. She is also the only defensive operator who is kind of like a pseudo hard breacher. Her ability does allow you to take a section of light or fortified wall, and then you can turn that into a hold wall, and then perform your shoot action. So if you remember kind of how Maverick was, she does the same thing, but just on the defensive side. Um, with her kit, it is really good because hold walls are have orange destruction rating. She also has an orange destruction rating, so it's really good for a kit, in my opinion, that gives her a little bit more maneuverability. Since she is a heavyweight, she doesn't have the run, but it can also open up other angles for both your Pulse and Cav, who can run are really fast. Um, and then lastly, we have Kavera. Um, she has a super unique passive where if she eliminates an opposing operator, the remaining operators on the opposing side will all receive a mark. Um, and I like the fact that she doesn't have to just use her gun. It's not just a shoot action in which she has to get the kill. You can also get the kill with C4, which is good. But yeah, so you got her as your lightweight, so you can flank around. You've got Pulse as well. Um, a couple of like other combo-y things that you can do just between those three. Pulse's locating can help Mira perform a wall bang. It really helps for anybody, but it suits her well because you can perform the wall bang and with Mira, and then you can follow up with her ability, usually netting you the kill. Um, and then works with Cav as well because you can locate an opposing operator who has yet to be activated. Um, and maybe if they just have one or two left, or if that operator has damage, they might want to put them upstairs. They can potentially forget Cav's ability. But if they do go upstairs, they will already be located by Pulse's ability, then making Cav's ability more uh, suitable for the situation. Um, yeah, that's basically it for the core. Um, in my uh, in my opinion, I'm really excited about the fill-in slots between Clash and Goyo. Those are the two who I decided to go with. Um, I think I have more to say about them than than the core. So yeah, we'll start with Clash. This is where I think all of like the synergy within this list comes from. So you have Clash. She is your second heavyweight. She is a shielded operator, so she constantly has light protection, which is really good. And then also to go with sort of her protection, if she has multiple sources, instead of getting the -3 hits for protection, she gets -4, which is very important with what we are trying to do. Um, and also her ability, she can target one operator within the room. They get a stun. They also take a yellow die's worth of damage. So you can stun them, which is a really good bit, and then hopefully you can do like 1 or 2 damage to them. Um, but the big thing is her passive and getting the -4 hits. So I would use Clash as my hatch bully. Not a very common play that you would use with a heavyweight, especially one like her. But that's how you would need to. That would be the best option for you to use her in this manner. Because of her close range, she gets the 2 yellow, 2 orange die, 4 cover die, or sorry, four die to roll for damage, no cover die, which is super important. Because she's your hatch bully, she does a lot of things. Um, Number one, you know, gets the -4 hit, so your opponent has to roll a 10 plus just to one shot her. That's more than likely not going to happen. Nobody has that sort of damage output, um, besides maybe Sledge being close, but even he can't typically do that. Um, so you can be very aggressive with her in the upper floor area, um, of either trying to take over an important entryway space that the attackers control, or if you are trying to hold a space that you're trying to protect, maybe you're trying to protect Mira, you don't want anybody to drop down or drone it or anything like that. Same goes for like Cav and Pulse if you are trying to flank and lurk around with them. Um, so that's really good that whether you are trying to take over a spot or defend a spot, if the entryway space is contested, you will get a shot on the opposing operator. They will also be located and potentially still in the upper floor, which is where Cav comes in, because you've located the operator. Hopefully you've done a good amount of damage to him, but then now Cav can go upstairs. She can finish off the kill, and now you've just located the other team. You can follow that up with Pulse, possibly getting another kill, but you have a lot going on with that. Um, as well. And then because you are playing her in the upper floor, I know there's a lot of some operators. They definitely seem better when they are upstairs versus on the main floor. Her ability alone just kind of helps out with that. Being able to flashbang from the upper floor is super good. Um, and then lastly, we've got Goyo. So the Clash and Goyo were not on my original list, but whenever I was still looking, trying to like figure things out, see if I could come up with stuff, Goyo popped out for me for a lot of different reasons. Um, some of just like the main basic stuff that he brings. He's not a lightweight or a heavyweight, which is good. You can have a little bit of like a middle ground with him. Um, his damage values for short and medium range I thought were good. Pulse is good all around. Goyo's pretty good. Everyone else is kind of just good in one sort of range. Um, and then he also has his orange destruction rating as well. So you don't have to bring too many impact nades and things like that. So for Goyo, he gets 2 shields, and you actually just get those for free. So when you use Goyo, you do have the potential to bring 4 deployable shields, which is awesome. That helps in a lot of different ways. It helps because, well, yeah, you just have 4 shields, so you can sort of protect different rooms. Like if you do think that you might have to flank, if you know that a specific attack pattern is very popular, you can set up on the other side, but still trying to give at least your other operators a little bit more defensive protection. Especially like if you're trying to flank around with like Pulse or Cav, you don't want them to be like super exposed if they have to watch a specific direction and they can't watch behind them, things like that. Those deployable shields also work really well for Clash if Clash is on the main floor, because that would be an additional source of protection on top of the shield that Clash has. And then yeah, so now you're getting you have like a guaranteed -4 hits from the upper floor, and now you have an easier, not 100% guarantee, but definitely an easier time trying to maintain that -4 hit protection on the main floor. And then as far as his ability goes, so originally I didn't think this is how it went, and this was like months ago. Um, but I I was informed that you can actually use his ability, his reaction ability, on any deployable shield, not just the ones that he brings. At first, I was kind of confused. I didn't know if I was really up for that, but then thought about it more, and it kind of makes sense, because if it only worked on both of his shields, well, then ideally the opposing player's just gonna either focus those down or they're just gonna stay completely away. So the fact that you do get more freedom in when you can use his reaction, because he is, essentially like a trapper, like that just makes him all more the better. Um, and then the cool thing with the shields, if you use him, I recommend bringing at least three. Um, and keep in mind, just anytime you use him, it doesn't even have to be with this list, but bringing at least three does help out what you're trying to do, and it can make things safer for the rest of your operators. But what I would suggest with Goyo is you place his shields, two of them, three of them, all four of them if you bring them. Place them next to entryway spaces. They have a destruction rating of orange. They are bulletproof, so they can't be destroyed by frags. But then if you do put them in adjacent spaces next to entryway spaces, then if the attacking player tries to drop down, well, you can just react to it. Like they're basically claymores. They just don't do as much damage, but especially if the entryway space is in a corner, they're going to take one hit, and if they activate or if they keep moving that operator, they're going to take another hit. Um, so, because a player could easily just drop down an entryway space, activate it, maybe they don't take any damage, but they might not want to risk moving that. So then they just keep them in a neutral entryway space, which anybody can target from the upper floor. So, yeah, a lot of weird things that you can do. Uh, not like super intuitive things either. So, I'll do the thinking for you. But yeah, this is my defensive double tap list. I guess I can go over some of the other bits that I have. Just some other fill-in slots in case you are playing pick and ban, or if there's kind of just an aspect that you don't like about this list. But I do have kind of two other forms that you can run. So on the one side over here, I have Valkyrie, Mozzie, Echo, Maestro, Alibi. I have these operators because these are other operators who can help locate. Same as Pulse. Again, they all do it in different ways. Um, Personally, I would say Valk and Mozzie would probably be my top picks. Just because they're even Echoes too, but I feel that Valk and Mozzie are more versatile than Echo could be. Especially because Echo's also a heavyweight. You don't want to bring too many heavyweights into your games. But for Valkyrie and Mozzie, you can use your ability from the upper floor, which is super great. They both instantly locate, things like that. They both have really good damage values across like all of their ranges. So that's what I'd go. But then you've also got Echo, who's got a drone who can stun. You can add to the stun theme if you like. He does have the pretty good long range, and he does have good mid range. Then you've got Maestro. You can just set things up, kind of similar to like how you use Goyo for your things to set up the flanks. You can do the same thing as Maestro. Alibi, definitely a lot better if you are playing with the hide mechanic. Um, but she's just really good because all of her damage values are great. She is a lightweight who has the orange destruction, which is also super good. And then on the other side, so originally Lesion and Ela were in the place of Clash and Goyo. Um, and then I like Lesion's close and mid range, and I do like his ability, but I was trying to stack the two, and stacking does work, but your opponent just has so much freedom in what they can decide to do that it ends up not really helping that much. You end up just kind of like wasting an operator, or you whether you want to or not. That's kind of just how it happens. Um, but kind of what the idea was is to run some more trappers, which can slow down the other team, and also most of the trappers they kind of do damage um, with their reactions. Anyways, that's kind of not the exact double tap mechanic, but close enough. So you could do that, and then also like running Malusi, that just keeps the other team from in important rooms, whether it's flank rooms or objective rooms. And if you are running a bunch of trappers, it gives them a lot more to think about what they want to do, how they want to do it, and things like that. Uh, she too, all of her damage values are super good, and then she also is another lightweight who has orange destruction. Um, so yeah, with this, you definitely have a lot of options. You can go with just kind of the base list, or you can do a more kind of locate like intel type of list, or even sort of like a trapper list, just to slow a lot of the things down. Can easily put the opposing team out of position, things like that. But yeah, guys, this is all I have. This is a little bit more of a longer video than I would have liked it to have been, but I did have a lot to say about this. So um, let me know what you think. What would you do differently with this list? Also, let me know if there's any other themes that you might be interested in. If there's an operator that you want to try to work with, um, let me know, and I can make another video, give my input on it. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and see y'all next time.